Hi friends, welcome to GMK tutorials. So today we are going to start a new topic, that is nothing but rectifiers. So generally you know that most of the electronic devices are operated with the DC power supply actually, but this DC power supply is available in terms of a battery backups, okay, or maybe any DC supply devices. So that is the main important criteria if you want to operate the any electronic device. Suppose if you take any kind of the mobiles, that is also operated with some DC power supply. That means internally we are using another devices actually. Suppose if you are plugging the corresponding like adapter to the power outlet, obviously it convert in the form of a DC voltage. It can be given as a DC power to the corresponding mobile, maybe any devices like mobiles, tabs, laptops and most of the equipments also. So for that purpose it is a demanding for DC power supply. Obviously certain times it is not possible to take the corresponding that amount of DC power supply is also very economical issue. So for that purpose we are entering to the new domain that is also called as a rectifiers. That rectifiers main thing is nothing but which is used to convert analog voltage or AC voltage into the unidirectional. Okay, that voltage is generally called as a unidirectional voltage. So that is one of the advantage actually. So here now we have to define what is meant by rectifier. So rectifier is defined as an electronic device is used for converting the AC voltage into unidirectional voltage, or maybe unidirectional means that it is here one dimensional. Okay, so unidirection to the unidirectional voltage. A rectifier utilizes the unidirectional conduction device like a vacuum diodes or maybe PN junction. So that means the rectifier is nothing but which converts the analog AC voltage to the unidirectional voltage or maybe DC voltage, or else we can also simply say like this: the process of converting from AC voltage to the DC voltage, that is generally called as a rectification. Okay, the device which is used for rectification process is generally called as a rectifier. Generally the most used rectifying elements are PN junction diodes. Okay, the PN junction diode is also used as a rectifier. The PN junction diode converts the AC voltage to the DC voltage. That's why it is also called as a unidirectional device also, because of it allows only current in one direction only. Okay, so that is the main advantage. It can be used as a rectifying element. So generally we have two types of rectifiers are there, that is nothing but a half wave rectifier, and second one is nothing but a full wave rectifier. So now first of all we have to go through the half wave rectifier. So half wave rectifier is defined as the diode conducts only during the one half of the AC supply cycle only. Okay, one half of the AC cycle only, that is generally called as a cycle. So it converts an AC voltage into pulsating DC voltage using a one half of the applied AC voltage. That means in case of the half wave rectifier, it converts the AC voltage to the DC voltage for only one half cycle, because of if you are considering the any AC voltage, it is in the form of a like this, but within this two cycles only one half of the cycle is converted to the DC voltage. That DC voltage is also called as a pulsating DC. Here pulsating DC means that it consisting of some ripples. That means it is also having some kind of a small amount of AC component is also there. So that is the main thing actually. Coming to the diagrammatic representation, basic structure of the half wave rectifier is nothing but like this here. So it is generally used as a voltage supply. Input voltage, it is a AC voltage actually. Input voltage is AC. It is around frequency of 230 volts and 50 hertz. So we are also using one transformer. Okay, so it is nothing but a PN junction diode used as a rectifying element. Okay, so this is nothing but a load resistor. Here we are taking the output. So this is generally called as a load voltage. So this is nothing but when we are applying the AC voltage to the transformer, what happens is that this transformer takes the corresponding input voltage and it is given to the diode actually. So the diode main purpose is nothing but which allows the current in only one direction, because of whenever we are applying the positive half cycle, during the positive half cycle only the corresponding PN junction diode acts as a short circuit. Therefore, the current is passing through the load resistance. Okay, I is passing through the load resistance. Therefore, whenever the current is passing through the load resistor, whenever the current is passing through the load resistor, what happens is that obviously some voltage is developed across the load. That voltage is generally called as a pulsating DC output voltage. That is also called as a output voltage. Okay, let us see the remaining diagrammatic representation. So, let us see here, let VI be the input voltage we are going to applying for the primary winding of the transformer. Okay, it is represented as VI is equal to, Vm sin theta. Okay, here VI is equal, input voltage VI is equal to Vm sin omega t. Here Vm is nothing but amplitude of the corresponding signal, and Vr is nothing but cutoff voltage of the diode. So, that means Vm is nothing but maximum voltage of the secondary voltage. Generally, we have two types of a transformer, step down transformer and step up transformer. So, that classification will be discussed in the later session, do not worry about it. So, whenever the input voltage, that means here applying the Vm is nothing but input voltage, this input voltage is greater than that of the cut-in voltage or barrier voltage of the PN junction diode, then only the corresponding PN junction diode D is in on condition, or also called as a short circuit condition. Okay, so that is a very important criteria, guys. So, if you want to know about the corresponding thing, please refer to the PN junction diode operation. So, coming to this one operation point of view, what happens is that during the positive half cycle of the input signal, the corresponding PN junction diode having a anode is nothing but positive actually. So, the PN junction diode is in a forward bias condition. So, therefore, it acts as a on state. So, during the negative half cycle, what happens is that the corresponding anode becomes as a negative with respect to the cathode. That means it is connected in the opposite direction actually. So, that is why it acts as a reverse bias condition. Therefore, PN junction diode is in reverse bias condition. It acts as a open circuit actually. It does not allow any kind of the current to the passing through the corresponding PN junction diode. Therefore, it acts as a open state. Okay, it is also act as a half state. It is also called as a open switch also. So, for an ideal diode, the impedance is 0. Generally, suppose if you consider in the PN junction diode in the ideal condition, the resistance of the impedance of the corresponding PN junction diode is 0. Hence, the output is also 0. Right. So, coming to the input and output waveforms of the half wave rectifier, let us see here. So, this is the input voltage. Okay, input waveform Vm minus Vm is amplitude, and 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi is the corresponding input waveform. But whenever we are applying this input to the corresponding PN junction diode, during the positive half cycle, what happens is that the corresponding PN junction diode is in on condition because of our input voltage Vm is greater than Vt. Okay, here V gamma, generally we consider V gamma. So, V gamma is generally called as a barrier voltage. So, that means whenever the input voltage is greater than the barrier voltage means that PN junction diode lo generate అయినటువంటి ఆ barrier potential ఉంటుంది కదండి. So, in order to overcome, suppose if you want to break down the corresponding region, we need some minimum voltage. That minimum voltage is generally called as a V gamma actually. Okay, that is also called as a barrier voltage. So, whenever the input voltage crosses the barrier voltage, obviously the corresponding depletion junction evaporator or maybe disappear or break down. Therefore, the PN junction diode allows the maximum current to the corresponding junction. Therefore, at that time it acts as a short circuit. Obviously, the current is passing through the PN junction diode and it reaches to the load resistor. Therefore, it produces a on condition. Okay. So, in the reverse bias, what happens is that during the reverse bias condition, this Vm is less than, this Vm is nothing but a negative voltage. This voltage is less than V gamma. Okay. So, that means what happens is that this voltage is not sufficient. Okay. This voltage is not sufficient to break down the corresponding region. So, that is why it does not allow any kind of the current to passing through the corresponding junction in case of the PN junction diode. Therefore, it acts as a open circuit. So, at that time output is equal to 0. Okay. So, let us see here some of the mathematical notation. Let the input voltage Vi is equal to Vm sin theta. Let us consider theta is equal to omega t for reference point of view. So, Vm is equal to Im into, generally we know that V is equal to I into R actually. So, R is nothing but secondary resistance value, RF is nothing but diode forward resistance, RL is nothing but a load resistance. Generally, these are all the known terms obviously. Okay, these three. Okay. So, after that, the output voltage of the output of the half wave rectifier is nothing but V naught is equal to Vm sin theta within the only single interval, that is nothing but 0 less than theta less than pi. Within the region only the corresponding P injection produces the output voltage. That is a very important, because of it is a half wave rectifier. In the half wave rectifier it produces the output for only one positive half cycle. Okay, that is the important criteria, guys. So average voltage, so here also some of the derivations are there. Average voltage of the DC voltage of the half wave rectifier. Let us find, this is the formula for that one. 1 by time period means that 1 by 2 pi integral 0 to 2 pi V is equal to Vm sin theta. Just you have to do the you have to carry out the mathematical operation, then you will get the average power is equal to 0. So this is some important points, guys. So it is depending upon the question. In case 10 marks question chesarante, you have to note down this one also. In case if you are not remembering at that time, just you have to mention V average is equal to 0 like that. Okay. So coming to the second one is nothing but root mean square value. This is the formula for RMS value. Vrms is equal to square root of 1 by t into 0 to 2 pi Vi whole square theta. మీకు ఆల్రెడీ నోన్ టర్మ్స్ తెలుసు కాబట్టి సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి, మ్యాథమెటికల్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఫర్ చేస్తాను. దీని Vrms వాల్యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు Vm by root 2 as well as V average or voltage for output waveform కూడా calculate చేయండి. The same formula for average formula also. Then you will get Vm by pi. Okay. RMS value for output voltage also same formula. Just you have to substitute the output voltage Vm by 2. So ripple factor. So it is also one of the important point. So the ratio of RMS value of AC component to the DC component. RMS value of AC component to the DC component in the output is generally known as a ripple factor. It is also called as a gamma. Gamma is equal to Vrms by Vdc. Okay, by calculating that one we will get around 1.21. It is a very important, boys, very important. This formula is very important. Okay, ripple factor in case of the half wave rectifier is equal 1.21 around. Okay, so if you go for the full wave rectifier, that should be very different. That means this ripple factor is increases means that obviously the maximum ripples means it consisting of a AC components is also high. So that's why we need to reduce that count. That's why we need to reduce that one. That is also one of the important. Okay. So coming to the next one. So from the above expression, it is clear that the amount of AC present is around 121% of the DC voltage. Hence, half wave rectifier is not practically useful in converting AC into the DC. Okay. Coming to the efficiency point of view, so here efficiency means that generally the main purpose of the half wave rectifier is nothing but which is used to converting from AC to DC. So suppose if you want to find out the efficiency point of view, generally we know that efficiency means that output by input. Here output is nothing but DC voltage divided by AC voltage. So that's why here we are calculating in terms of a power actually. So that's why DC output power by AC RMS value. So by using PDC, we know that generally average power, okay, DC power, DC voltage, from that we will calculate the power value and RMS value for the AC also. Suppose if you are substituting those two values, we will get around efficiency is equal to 0.40.6. Okay, that is the efficiency of the full wave rectifier. Okay, it is also one of the important, guys. Okay. So here peak inverse voltage is also that the maximum reverse voltage that the diode can withstand without damaging the junction. So that voltage is generally called as peak inverse voltage for corresponding half wave rectifier. That is nothing but Vm. Okay. So transformer utilization factor means that here when we are supplying the input voltage to the primary windings of the transformer, obviously we need to converting the ratio also. How much what is the utilization of the transformer? That is also one of the important factor actually. Okay, so for that purpose the DC output power delivered to the load by AC ratings of the transformer secondary. ante enta effective ga utilize chestunnadi kuda calculate chestunam. So PDC by PAC rated. So with the help of that one you have to calculate that value. It is also TUF is equal to transformer utilization factor, that is around 0.287 for half wave rectifier. And form factor is for the formula is equal to RMS value by average value. RMS value మనం already calculate చేసాం. Just you have to substitute that one, we will get around 1.57. Peak factor already formula ఉంది. Peak value by RMS value, just RMS value కి Vm by 2. Peak value అంటే maximum value కాబట్టి Vm by root 2. Then we will get around 2 value. So percentage regulation. Okay, DC no. Okay, so it is nothing but the variation of the DC output voltage as a function of DC load current is known as a regulation. Just you have to find out that one. It is a formula for that one. Okay. So the advantages point of view, the circuit is very simple because of we are using only single p-n junction diode only. So the cost point of view is also very low cost because of the p-n junction is available with a very low cost in the market also. So disadvantages means that it is also having a maximum ripple factor is large. So ripple factor means that it consisting of a maximum number of AC components. That's why it is not suitable for the most of the applications. And the efficiency point of view also, it gives only 40.6 around only. So that is nothing but that much of efficiency is not better for the real-time application also. Okay. So transformer utilization factor is also not up to the mark actually. So that's why half-wave rectifier is not preferred for so many applications. Okay. So this is just a brief introduction regarding the half-wave rectifier. Okay. So thank you guys.